In a world where ordinary men can excel doing ordinary things, this man has single-handedly lowered the bar. From the scrambled mind that brought you Mad Madness and Beagle Rare comes this underwhelming Friday night special event. Matt Porter is the Blendigeddon 2 World Champion and the 2020 World's Top Whiskey Taster. Ladies and gentlemen, raise your glass and shake your ass for ADHD Whiskey Live.
What's happening, everybody? Happy Friday night. Pretty sure I'm not muted. Pretty sure I've got... Yeah, it looks like I'm not muted. That's good. That's a positive thing. It's a good way to start the evening. How's it going? Sorry I missed friggin' last Friday, and the Friday before that I was on a different day, but things happen, and we're back, Brittany. Bitches, we're back. 127 people in here. Thank you so much for being here. Friggin' love all y'all. Gary Franchi's in the house. What's up, Gary? Mr. World's Worst Bourbon Whiskey Channel. Just the worst. Just kidding, Gary. Not really. That's the name of his channel. Thrasher's in the house. What's going on, dude? Bob Belkovac, WJK, Bill, sampling through some of your samples this evening. If you didn't figure that out by the name of the live stream. We're doing some Hardin's Creek comparisons, see what the best Hardin's Creek is, and some Stagg Jr. comparisons, because guess what? I haven't tasted the new batches, and I don't want to wait any longer. I just don't. So we're doing it tonight, live. Wendy Miller's in the house, the Bourbon Jerk, says, Lake Fork guy, Gears All. Ophidian's in the house, JFW, my mama. Hi, Mom. Love you. Sunshine for You's here. Joey B. Cheers, everyone. Here's to an amazing live stream. The weekend has officially started. That's right, Joey B. Whiskey Mountains is in the chat. Adriana's keeping track of super chats tonight. Very special giveaway, if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail of the live stream. Portsky ran across a bit of a bottle yesterday locally and picked it up and said, you know what? I already have a Maker's Mark cellar aged, so we're giving away one tonight on the live stream. She's tracking super chats. Every $5 super chat gets you entered into the giveaway. I got the friggin' other boxes out today that I've been meaning to get out for a long time. So, caught up, finally. Geez, I'm bad at that. But... yikes. It's been, I need to do some better things with my life. I need to get some stuff figured out. But that's neither here nor there. Caught up. Mr. Jiggs is here. What's happening, Mr. Jiggs? Chat jumped on me. William Reynolds, Dave Markowski, Mike Franklin, Rare Brad. Another week down. Cheers, everyone. Cheers, Brad. Joe the Sample Guy's up in here. Mike Franklin. What's going on? I already said Mike Franklin, I'm pretty sure. But whatever. Hi again. Joe B's here. Brandon Lee. Michael S. is in the house. Homer J. Wesley Hughes. I like that name. Wesley Hughes sounds like a classic name, like a movie character. Wesley Hughes. Wesley Hughes was riding in his convertible Caprice, staring at the moon with his gorgeous wife, Margaret. Everyone could see them necking on each other while they were driving. He got pulled over and got brought to jail for public necking in a convertible in 1956. Wesley Hughes. Tim Evans is in the house. Tim, I emailed you tracking earlier for a box that's headed your way. Richard X is here. Oh, hello. This Coyle's making me deaf. That'll happen. That'll definitely happen. Jonathan Cook. What's going on, Jonathan? The voice of ADHD whiskey, you could say. What's going on, man? Miss seeing your name, but I'm so happy you're here. James Owens, Eric B. It's that guy that does that thing on this channel. That's right. Volume good. All right. Heck yeah. 187 people in chat. We're rocking and rolling. Before I get into the Hardins Creek and the Stagg Jr. comparisons, there's a couple things I wanted to taste first. First of all, I got this a while back from Doc Swinson, and I didn't open it, apparently. I just saw it, and I was like, what the heck is this? Oh, yeah, they sent it. It's called their Session Blend. Schla. I need to get better lighting in front of my camera, for sure, because that's just... need to figure that out. Tamara's here. Brooks. Don't forget you have your pet spayed and neutered. Super smart. Keith Stepansky's up in his scissors. Don Shank is here. Chase Ragano. Sounds like a cheese. Ragano. America. This is MGP bourbon, I do believe. Doc Swinson's all MGP. Minimum age 5 years. 90 proof. Bold, rich, flavorful. Bottled in small batches. Hand selected for character and bottled when ready. It's got a beaker on the side, so you know that they used science. What else do we got? Non-chill filtered to preserve full flavor. Have a great session. Doc Swinson specializes in blends of high-proof whiskeys for the connoisseur at heart, but sometimes you just want to enjoy a great bourbon with some friends and let the night go on. This blend was made for the session. Bold enough to be mixed into your favorite drink, yet smooth enough for anyone to enjoy right from the bottle. Oh. Our session straight bourbon whiskey lingers on the palate with tasting notes of tasting notes. Raise your glass and toast to a great session. All right. Ooh, fruity. It's a bit fruity. Sipping on Whiskey King 3. Heck yeah. High five. Whiskey King 3. Tyleezy. What's up, Matt? Just killed a bottle of Bart's on Disco 8. Looking forward to a fun live stream. Me too. Me too. Josh sells Boston. Sold a $3 million house today. Now he's celebrating by watching ADHD Whiskey. Hopefully he sold 3 of them. Boston. Lots of light fruits. Sweet, very sweet whiskey. This actually smells very nice. I did a thing. I said I was going to do it a long time ago, and I never did it. I finally uploaded new music because I was like, guess what? We're doing a little background music now. I don't know what the levels are going to be like. It's just some friggin' soft, easy listening music. If it's too much, too loud, whatever, just holler at your boy. I'll adjust as we go. It's on volume 20 out of 100, so that's got to be pretty nice, right? Got to be pretty right. Michael Mites, hi Matt, looking forward to watching tonight. Fortunate enough last weekend to visit Frey Ranch. Will you be doing a pick from there anytime soon? Cheers, no. Nothing against Frey Ranch, but maybe in the future, if I have stuff from there that I like a lot. So far, I haven't had anything from Frey Ranch that I've really enjoyed. It's a flavor profile thing, and I know some people do enjoy Frey Ranch quite a bit, but it's just what I've had is not up my alley. So we'll go from there. Holy crap! A bunch of stuff just jumped. Brian Sims is in the house. Garrett Willett, son of a batch, drinking Stagg. Nice. Thank you, Adriana. Yeah, so look, I got it right here. But hold on. One thing at a time. Oh, wow. A little nuttiness now. Weird how that just happened. A bit nutty. Interesting. That's the definition of an easy sipper right there. That tastes, what is it, 90 proof? Light, fruity, pear, some pear in there, like a green pear. No, it's like a brown fuzzy one. Like a brown fuzzy pear? Huh. All right. El Bosque, says America. Thank you, El Bosque. William Bryan's been Heaven Hill bottle and bond. The session blend from Doc Swinson, it's fine. It's like, I think they pretty much nailed on what it is. It's like probably a cocktail whiskey or something, just a chill and sipping, not thinking about it whiskey, if that's what you're into. Have some friends over. Oh, a backyard whiskey maybe, which is kind of what I thought about this also. This is a 2XO American Oak series. Dixon Devon's a new one. The American Oak. I kind of think it has the same feeling about that. But let me just double check. Little tiny sipperoo will do. I don't mind. Honestly, I kind of like the idea of having whiskeys that are kind of labeled as whiskeys that aren't supposed to be special. You know, I think a lot of times we're just seeing people boasting about why everything that they make is the best. It's like, this is our best stuff. And you're like, well, then why do you have 10 other things that are higher priced than that? Not everything you make is your best stuff. So it's okay to label it as easy sipping backyard mixing whiskey. That's fine. Kind of like this, right? Where'd I put it? Like Bodega Cat. This is a 2-year rye. I'm actually going to shoot a review for this because I just got my Mark Norman tickets for Grand Junction on my birthday, November 11th. And I remembered I hadn't shot a review for this yet. So that's why it's out. But this is the same way. They say it's just made for casual whatever. It's not meant to be the best. That's why it's $40 and just meant to put in a drink, cocktail, or sip, whatever. That's fine. They said they got it from rare barrels that they unearthed to use as a celebration whiskey. That'd be a problem. Whiskey Talk, put me down for one. Done. Ophidian, huge super chat. Another one. Thank you so much. One of that makers, but happy to donate. So cash even if I'm not aware. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh yeah, it's right here. It's a brand new one. Look at that. Look at that thing. Walked into my local yesterday, the same place that I got the Old Fitz 10 from. Sitting there, marked up a little bit, but like not too much where I wouldn't have picked it up. Thrasher told me today that he has one in his hometown that they're asking $600 for. And that is stupid. Nobody pays $600 for a bottle of Make Your Cellar Aged, please. Feeling lucky, says B Love. Ooh, B Love, feeling the love, the luck. Mark Boyer, been a long day. We are part of a fall art tour tomorrow. We are all set. Hope to sell some art. Oh, dude, Mark, good luck. And I hope you sell all of your art. I hope you sell all of it. Where at? In Michigan, Mark? Let everyone know where the heck your fall art tour is. Tomorrow. Get it? Tomorrow? Because tomorrow just said, I want to win this so much. Makers is one of my favorite. Tomorrow, super chat, thank you. 2XO American Oak. Why am I always in a hurry? Wow, apple juice. Wait a minute. That smells like pure apple juice. That's strange. I wonder where that's sourced from. It's got to be Kentucky, because it's, Kentucky bourbon, but still. Yeah, the 2XO, after tasting the session blend from Doc Swinson, the 2XO is more crisp. It's much more crisp. I would say the Doc Swinson is like a summer backdoor sipping whiskey, or like a on ice, whatever you do, backyard sipping whiskey. The 2XO American Oak is more of a fall, has more of a crisp, appley fall flavor to it. But also pretty light on the palate, but with a little bit more of a bite. Some youthful notes. Try not to dissect it too much. It is, you know, it's weird because a $50 bottle of whiskey used to be a lot. And now I'm like, oh, I'm not going to pick on a $50 whiskey. I should, because it's $50. $50 is like, kind of like not cheap, you know? But still, it's half the price of, yeah, I don't know. $50 is kind of a lot for that flavor profile, I think. I think we can get some, I don't know. Not my favorite, but it is a crisp, appley, youthful bourbon. Henry Chen, I'm hungrier for whiskey, and you more than Jahsel's, Matt. What? And you more. Oh, I think I understand. I don't know. I might get it. I might not. Gandy Road, so you're saying there's a chance. There's always a chance, my friend. Copperwolf87 in for a few. Copperwolf in the house. Christopher Anderson, I got on it. Thank you for the super chat. DJ Scratch. That was my nickname back in Boy Scouts when I used to scratch my balls. I think I said that in a video once, actually. I wonder what... Oh, man. Does anyone remember what video that was? It was an old one. An oldie, but a goodie, we like to call it. Matthew Loneham, $10 super chat. Thank you, Matthew. Super solid name. Oh, my wife is home. I just heard her sneeze outside. She's been gone all week. I miss her a lot. She is taking a travel nursing contract like 3.5 hours from here. So she's gone Monday through Friday. Well, Sunday through Friday, actually. Because, yeah, she can't just drive there in the morning. But, yeah, she just got home. So we get to see each other for tonight, tomorrow, and then she leaves on Sunday again to go back. But I heard her sneeze outside. And I know that sneeze anywhere, from anywhere. It's a pretty... I know that sneeze. Love the channel. Thank you, Philip Brosco. John Shank. Let's go, says John Shank. Let's do it. How did you get so lucky to get a bottle of the Makers? Just right place, right time. I have zero relationships with stores. Like Ryan from Bourbon Outfitter, like that's the only relationship I have with a store owner. And it's not even like, I don't know. I think maybe we've spoken a couple times about maybe things he's getting, but never like in depth. Somebody commented on my old Fits video that like the store owner called me and told me to go in there and pick it up because they have one for me. Not the case. I have zero of those relationships, although I wish I did. Daniel Lloyd, cheers everyone. Cheers, Daniel Lloyd. I wish I had those relationships. I wish I had them, but I don't. I just learned to be at that store that I'm talking about early on the delivery day because 2 out of the last 3 weeks, or 2 out of the last 4 weeks, I've gotten something I wanted. I'll give it a shot. Boulder Pick is the bomb. Oh, I'm so happy you like it. A lot of people were sleeping on the Boulder cask strength pick, but it is an actual, totally legit, awesome bourbon. Still having dinner, but I want to get in on this, says Thrasher. Super chatting under the table. What are you playing with down there, Thrasher? Nothing. Throwing back some Michter's Barrel Strength Rye here. That's a good one, Ryan. Like that stuff. Travis M, really enjoy your reviews. Thank you, Travis. I really enjoy all of you watching. Bring it down to 15. Oh, I did. It's down to 12 now. Music is at... Oh, no. There. Now it's under 15. It's at 14. We'll see if that is good. TJD, $5 super chat. Thank you, TJD. Yeah, I haven't done a giveaway on the channel in quite a while since my 50,000 subscriber live stream. So I thought it was time. You're due for a nice giveaway. Sladvan, gonna Maker's Mark some entries. Nice. Minerals on Bullet, both regular and rye. It is a bit spicy. I think what I can kind of picture what you're saying in my head, Eric, and I call it the bird's nest. I get some bird's nest off of Bullet stuff. I get some bird's nest off of Four Roses stuff. It's like I wouldn't really call it minerally, but it's more of like a dried. I think bird's nest really describes it well. Yeah, I feel like just soaked a bird's nest in bourbon. Bob Balka, friggin' Vec. Glad you're feeling better, Portsky. Cheers, all. Thanks, Bob. Thank you, thank you. Oh, hey. Hopefully you didn't burn your garlic bread, because I'm 11 minutes past. Adriana, get your garlic bread. I burn the shit out of garlic bread. Constantly. I burn everything. Waffles, I burn half the box of waffles. Half of them are eaten, half of them are burned. Rare Brad, what the heck? Let's try. Thank you for all the super chats, everyone. That's super cool. Saucy Shane, cheers, Matt, and everyone. Happy friggin' Friday. It is Friday. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a pair. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. So this is a tribute blend. We're going to move on to this. America. This is Dixon's newest, like, I guess you probably call it like a premium release from them. It's $100 a bottle for the 2XO stuff. The Phoenix blend and the Innkeeper's blend, I really enjoyed both of those. I'm gonna buy all the 2XO stuff just because I enjoy it. I want to support Dixon. They're beautiful bottles, and it's probably one of the only times that, like, I could. You ever like collect something and it's like you got the first one, so it's like you're able to get the second and third one. It's like I don't have to go back in time to try to find older ones. I started with the first one. So unless pricing gets crazy or something, or I think I'm gonna get all of them. But the tribute blend, look at the bottle. These things are just so pretty looking. It's got like the foil on there with like a shield and stuff. Tribute Blend is the third release in the ongoing small batch blend series from 2XO, 2x Oak. Each release is unique. The Tribute Blend recognizes my family and mentors who have blazed a trail for me. Pay tribute to those who came before you, which is what I'm doing. Okay. Buying all of his stuff, because I always want to support the people who have been nice to me in the past and done cool things for me. Mike Knoll, cheers, headed to Kentucky at the end of the month. Any suggestions? Oh, what are you looking to do? Eat, drink, party, topless haircuts? Andy Smith, cheers, Matt. Glad to have you back on Friday. Oh, it feels so good to be back. Here's an issue, though. Here's an issue. Next Friday, I'm going to be in Tennessee. Next Friday, I'm going to be in Nashville for the Jack Daniels, the Jack barbecue competition, which I'm judging. I'm judging it. So I think I'm going to reach out to Cameron and see if he wants to switch me nights. I might do it on Thursday night instead, because I'm going to be in a hotel room Thursday night with nothing to do. Friday, I'm busy. Saturday, I'm busy with the barbecue competition. But Friday night, I think I could squeeze in a live stream for show. Hey, Ohio. Hey, Matt. You ready for ski season? I would love to go skiing again. I'm a bit worried. I think I might break something. But I used to ski a lot when I was younger. I'd love to go skiing again. Cheers to Matt and all. Thanks for the opportunity. It's a Dungio. The Dungio. Oh, the dungeon. Dungeon aged, yeah. Aged in a sex dungeon. Just tied to a bedpost, that Maker's Mark was. Ooh. So this is a 2XO tribute blend. This smells... I started with the session blend from Doc Swinson, then moved to the American Oak, $50 bottle. Now we're expecting an increase in quality, an increase in, goodness, and we're getting it on the nose. Much more rich. Like almost like a purple bubble gum. Remember the old the gum tapes where you just It was like a tape measure of gum. Like a purple one of those. Yeah, that's really enjoyable. It's not crazy. It doesn't like overwhelm you. I mean, it's only about 104 proof, I think, 103 proof. So it's not like a crazy like mouth experience, but what it does do is nice. It's delicate, but it's also like extremely flavorful. Finish is fine. That's something you could sip on for a while and think about. A little prickly on the back of the tongue. One more sip. One tiny little more sip here. Yeah. They're all solid. All the 2XO stuff is super solid. No complaints. It doesn't taste young, yet it's not like super oaky. It doesn't taste double barreled, which is a problem of mine that I have with double barrel products, toasted and double oak stuff. If it gets too like raw woody, I do not like it. So he's managing to use, I think, like using cubes to like oak his whiskey more or something like that. Flavoring cubes, I think they're called. Or maybe not flavoring cubes. I don't know what the hell they're called. But whatever his process is working because it's approachable, enjoyable, and isn't astringent or bitter or too raw woody. So very good. TJD, we definitely would not mind that Makers has picked up a new Stagg Jr. Dang, I wish I could find Stagg Jr. around. I haven't seen a Stagg Jr. in a store since January when I was in. Last time I was in Tennessee. The last Friday the 13th I was in Tennessee. And I picked up the batch 18 for. I paid so much money for this because I'm stupid. I was in the mood to spend $250 that day. And for a $60 bottle, $70 bottle of whiskey. So I did. But that's the last time I saw one on a shelf. Mark Emmenecker, can you come over and get my fruit flies? They seem to flock to my upside down pineapple. Mark. I'm sure that's not the only thing flocking to your upside down pineapple, right? And bottles aren't the only thing you're sharing in that household. Am I right? Ah, boom. Ah, boom. Ah, boom. Ah, boom. Because sex with other people. Jeff Campbell, cheers. Sober October is hard. Oh, you're doing the Sober October, Jeff? Yeah, I can see that being an issue. But if it's too hard, that means that there's probably an underlying issue, right? Right. But then again, I've never taken a month off since I started the channel, so it's kind of like, who knows what we have lying underneath. Hopefully, everyone's good and could take the time off if needed without an issue. If you do all October, congratulations. That's a super, like, for something to take something you love off for a month is one thing, but something that is, also an addictive thing for a month, extra props. Because alcohol solves so much. That's not really true. Sarah J, happy Friday. Cheers. Cheers back at you, Sarah J. Then we got Noel Sakuma. $5 super chat. Thank you. Justin Reynolds. Cheers, man. Happy friggin' Friday. Right back at you. We are 13 minutes behind. Son of a biatch. DeWalt, $5 super chat. Let it ride. Thank you. Jamie Faye, just happy to be here or happy you're here. Oh, thank you, Jamie. Happy you are here too. Thank you for the super chat, Josh Phillips. John Phillips. Love the channel, Matt. Favorite whiskey from Iowa? Anything that Cat's Eye does. I love all of Cat's Eye stuff. I mean, their Obtanium stuff obviously is fantastic. Is it sourced? Sure. But my favorite products coming out of Iowa coming from them. I had a Cedar Ridge rye the other day, a honey finished rye. That was a friggin' ride. I think that's probably the best thing I've tasted. Those distillate from Iowa, if that's the case. I believe it is. The other honey finished rye from Cedar Ridge was wild. Pulled me in. Cheers all. Thanks, Wandering Magoo. Mashed Matter. I want to do the Hardins Creek first for the blinds tonight. I want to do Hardins Creek and then the Stagg Jr. Just move up in proof, obviously. It's probably the better idea. Mashed Matter. Cheers, Matt. Sipping on the ADHD stuff and whiskey NBC pick. Delicious. Isn't that good? It's weirdly good. I wish I could get another one of those. I mean, that must have been a loud sneeze. Oh, I'm in a garage, and she just pulled in the driveway and was walking on the other side of the garage door. So it was, it's pretty loud. My wife is an RN as well. They work so hard. They do. Have you had the Bourbon Pursuit Bar Stump Collab? It's crazy good sipping on it. I have not. I have not had that. But I would imagine it's got to be good. Ryan Gregory. Love your channel. Hope to see you at the Jack Daniels BBQ competition next weekend. I will be there. I'll be there Friday and Saturday. I got my itinerary, and it appears that as though America, there is, I don't know. They got me running all over the place. Friday night, there's like a party on the hill or something that I'm going to, I guess. Where is it? Gallery screenshots. Saw a gigantic caterpillar tonight. No big deal. Kind of is pretty sweet. It's like a redback hornswoggle or something. A tomato-backed horny moth. Friday night, party on Barbecue Hill. All guests must be 21 years or older, from 6 to 9. Party on Barbecue Hill. That sounds fun. I guess I'll be there. America. This is Hardins Creek Jacob's Well, 108 proof. I believe this was 15 years old. This is last year's release. It was one of my top bourbons of 2022. So then, oops, 2 samples, wherever I put them, 2 samples from the great Bill Kavanaugh. This one is Jacob's Well. This one will be Claremont and then Frankfurt. All right. Bill Kavanaugh was nice enough to send me samples of the new Hardins Creeks. Claremont is 110 proof, and we'll go in the glass with the C for Claremont. And then the Frankfurt, which is 110 proof, 17 years old. So I wonder if anyone, I didn't actually look. I thought the difference was going to be the age of proof. Obviously, I didn't look that hard. Are they just different blends? Is that what the case is here? Here you go. Love you. So we're going to find out if the Hardins Creek, which one is the best. Alan Mack, $5 super chat. Thank you. Zach Haddon. Cheers, man. Happy Friday, everyone. Cheers, Zach. Phil Briscoe in the house. Thank you. Tim Romero. Thank you. PC, $10 super chat. Matt, I believe it was the Four Roses Select video where you mentioned DJ Scratch. Laughed my ass off. It might have. I don't remember. My mom has her ADHD is crazy tonight, having a very hard time concentrating. Me too. But that's just kind of like the way things work around here for me. Every day is a new adventure in not being able to think. Kooky Cats is here. Hi, I'm Matt. Make your Toasted Rye is delicious. Going to destroy the bottle tomorrow as my Kentucky Wildcats shock the world. Tomorrow's Saturday, so it must be football. Who are they playing? Who's Kentucky? Who are the Kentucky Wildcats playing tomorrow? Kooky Cats. Bruizel, I only have the Boston. Hope that's the best Hardins Creek. Bruizel, what's up, dude? High five, Bruizel. What's going on, man? Then Mr. Jiggs, the big old super chat from Bill. Claremont and Frankfurt are the same age and proof, aged in different rick houses. Located in the towns they are named for. Boston will be the third in the series. Gotcha. All right. Thank you, Bill. He's so smart. He's so smart and generous. Mr. Jiggs, you're looking incredible. Matt, keep up the great work. Thank you, Mr. Jiggs. I've been eating like crap lately. I must admit, the last couple weeks have been not great for old Duder's diet. And I've been trying to outwork a bad diet, and it's not working. Although, I think some extra calories have benefited like strength and stuff, and actually maybe like some recovery. I don't know. Calorie deficits for a long period of time are, who knows what the hell they do to your body, but I've just been hungry and need to get back to like being smart about everything I'm eating, because before I know it, I'm going to be back up to Gigantomat with framing from here on up. Keep up the great work, America. Thank you, Brian Schmeltzer. She's not looking forward to the Hardins Creek comparison. Thanks, Dan Irving, $20 super chat. That's awesome. We are going to get into that right now. This one is, so I'm not going to do I don't need to do it blind because I don't care, if that makes sense. Only if I cared would I want to do it blind. So I'm going to just go through the notes as I taste them and then say which one I think is the best. I'd blind them if I want to be surprised. But since like I don't have any preference or any like way to think which one should be better or not, then it doesn't really matter if they're blind. So this is the first one, Jacob's Well. Leslie Griffin? Holy crap. Is this the Cool Kids table? It is now. Come sit down. Jeez Louise. Thank you. That's a crazy super chat. Thank you. And Josh says Boston. We're drinking Russell's Reserve 13. Single Rick, CNF. Blanton straight from the barrel. JD12. 4 Roses out. Jeez Louise. That's a lineup right there. So the Hardins Creek from last year. There's a strange note I'm getting off this for some reason that I don't remember getting before. Joe B, thank you. It's like, it's not quite sour, but it's like, if I smelled this, I don't think this might be an Old Forester product. That's so weird, the way that this smells different than what I remember. I haven't had it in so long that it's fruitier with like a bit of like a fermented fruit. There was a time when I went to a friend's house and his roommate was like making his own wine in their living room. This kind of smells like that. Yeah, that's such a well put together bourbon. It's like thick where you want it to be thick, which is all of it, right? And it coats the mouth so well. No jagged edges, nothing sharp. The oak that really lingers on the end. Cinnamon, like cinnamon bark, you could say on the mid palate. Not as sweet as the nose. Definitely not as sweet as the nose. But the overall, like super quality, great pour. I almost forgot about that bottle. Sometimes I forget about bottles that are just laying around here. And then I come back to it and I'm like, hells yeah, forgot I had that. Darth Bulls. Hey Matt, happy Friday. Paying my $5 to confirm that I'm winning the random draw. I really appreciate you helping out the old Bulls. Cheers, buddy. Cheers, Bulls. Garrett B, take me to the cellar, Maddie. I don't know if you can handle the cellar, Garrett. Desert Island whiskey? What's my Desert Island whiskey? If I could just name any whiskey, I'd just say King of Kentucky all day, every day. If it's a bottle I own, well, sure. There's that much Eagle Rare 17 left. That'd be good on a deserted island. I also, maybe Discovery Series 3. I've got a bottle of that in the, hidden away. That might be it. I don't know. I can't make up my mind on stuff like that. I'm very bad at making up my mind on stuff. Like, what's your favorite song? Like, give me a break. Who's your favorite musical artist? No idea. What's your favorite movie? No clue. Hi, Rob. Good to see you, Matt. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Rob. Thanks for being in here. Six Stags and no juniors. What the heck? I first cracked Stagg Jr. 22A tonight. It's amazing. I think a couple of people say that. Oh, Claremont. The first smell was a bit... The first smell I got was, it seemed like a peanut shell. But then I went back to it. It's kind of gone now. The same notes from the Jacob's Well are on here, but it's like shifted in a darker direction. It's like a little bit less sharp and a bit more deep. More like, I talk at this level. Well, Jacob's Well talks at this level. Or note. I don't know. My mom used to do a thing where she was like, I can't remember. Did it annoy me as a child? Probably. There's something like someone sings bass and someone sings treble, but she made her voice change. It was a whole thing. I love you, Mom. Candy bar. Like a nice Twix bar. I like that. The nose on Claremont is a bit richer than the Jacob's Well, and I like that. Let's go for a sip. Oh, wow. That's remarkable. That's it's better. Significantly better than the Jacob's Well. Really? I'm going to try the Jacob's Well one more time. Oh, crap. That was a bad idea. I didn't let the Claremont finish before I tasted the Jacob's Well again. The Claremont was like a wow. Like a real big wow. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to taste these three. I'm going to say which one I think is my favorite based off of going in this order. Then we're going to play a little game. We're going to mix them up and then see if I have the same favorite. Because sometimes I like calling my own bullshit and seeing if I'm right or wrong. That's what we'll do. Brian Smith, 14 minutes ago, said, have you tried the Bards on Pursuit collab with... No, I have not. Did I already read that, or did I just... I have... Oh, I see what happened. I probably didn't answer your question quick enough, and you thought that I'd skipped over it, but I just hadn't got to it yet. I have not tried it yet. Here, Ogle, $20. Also, cheers. Thank you. You do not have to be in the chat to win. If the winner, I'll put in the comments of the video, and then just email me at ADHDwhiskey@gmail.com if you are the winner. I'll put that in the comment of this video. For some reason, I don't know if this is the case, but I went back to an old live stream of mine to double check a winner in an old video, and the live chat was gone. And then I watched Cameron's stream from last night, Drums and Rams. If you're not subscribed to Drums and Rams, then get it together. His live chat wasn't there. Did they take away the live chat replay on live streams? Question. Cheers, Keith. I almost said Cheers, Chief. That wouldn't have been right. To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of its life's problems. Homer Simpson. Saw Stagg 22A yesterday, not paying $240. It's so crazy. Thank you, Noah. Appreciate it. Art Sanchez, cheers, Matt, and all in chat. Thank you, Art. That's correct. Cheers, everyone. Hardins Creek, all same mash bill made on the same day at 3 facilities. So there's the difference you'd think would be minimal. I'm wondering if Claremont was that. I don't know. Sometimes when I start talking and not paying attention super close to what I'm tasting, it gets difficult. So bear with me if I shut my mouth for a second and just think. The Frankfurt smells. No, okay. Is it Frankfurt? Is that what it is? Yeah, Frankfurt. It has the best nose by far. That smells like. The note that I got in the Jacob's Well was slightly altered in the Claremont, but it was still there. There was one that just wasn't, that I didn't remember, but it was like, that's completely gone in the Frankfurt, and it's like more of that smells like a legit special bourbon. Oaky and like super rickhouse smelling. Brown sugars. Of course, the vanilla. But the more I sit and smell it, the more the other note creeps in a little bit. Huh. Maybe I'm very sensitive to something tonight. Hard to say. The Frankfurt seems to be lighter on the palate than the Claremont. Huh. I gotta taste the Claremont again in a minute to see if it does the same thing that it did this the first time, because the first time I sipped it, it was like on a different level. And then we just bumped back down a level on the Frankfurt back to where the Jacob's Well was, as far as just like overall just tasting experience. So I'm gonna say that first sip, I think that the Claremont is the best, but I want to taste that one again before I blind them. Geez, Wilmo. Cheers, Matt, one of the most entertaining creators out there. Thank you. That's a super crazy super chat and a very kind thing to say. I appreciate the heck out of you. Alan Holman, America. Cheers, Matt. Cheers, Alan. Thank you for being here. 299 people in chat. Thank you everyone for being in here. John Abel says, sup, Matt? Haven't caught a stream in a hot minute. Wife and I camped 3 hours at Makers and missed by 5. On the cellar aged. That, oh man. Favorite wrestler or WrestleMania? I don't have a favorite WrestleMania. As a child, the closest I got to ever watching a WrestleMania when I was into wrestling was seeing like Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, and then it's like they kind of recapped what happened at WrestleMania. Favorite wrestler? Bret Hitman Hart. The excellence of execution. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. I love Bret Hart. He's my guy. And have you guys noticed that his sunglasses are coming back? I see like my niece, is that right? My wife's sister's daughter. I guess she's my niece. She's wearing like the Pit Vipers or whatever. I was like, are those Bret Hart glasses? And she's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, never mind. But I think that they are. I think they're making a comeback. Trying to get the cellar age for my husband. Oh, Anna, that's super nice. And I'm sure that he would love that. Michael D'Erico. Have you ever tried anything from Rare Character? Oh yeah, of course. I have a where is it? I have a sample here. I've tried lots of Rare Character stuff, but I've done a pick with them before, which was a 95.5 Kentucky Rye, and then I have a single barrel. Well, it's not even really a single barrel; it's a blend that David Jennings from Rare Bird 101, we collaborated on a pick together that should be out very soon. I've got so many picks that I've picked that are like not out yet, and I'm afraid that they're all going to happen at once. Rare Character with David Jennings, a Blue Run pick, a Russell's pick, a Knob Creek pick. I think I'm forgetting one somehow. I don't know. But then next week I'm doing another Backbone pick. So if you are a patron, keep an eye out because they're all going to be coming very soon. Hey, Matt, sipping on some Sagamore. 8-year fantastic stuff. Thank you for the entertainment. Friend, have a great weekend. Cheers. Thank you, Walker Clark. Joe Moody. Sup, Matt. Sup, Joe. I love Clark. Clark Griswold. Claremont. I think Claremont's going to take the cake. It has another gear to it. The other ones are kind of like really good, and then they just kind of dissipate. The Claremont seems to be like, that's good, and then it like rips another gear, like bang, like it just doesn't even lift off the gas, and just yanks it into the next gear. Hey, babe. Did not show up. I'm sorry.
I said it's already here.
Nope, I said it should be here Friday. And it did not get delivered.
Okay.
I love you. Cheers, Matt. Just found a Stonehammer single barrel today. Not bad for $30. Really? Stonehammer, huh? Is that the one with the... No, I was thinking Horse Soldier. Horse Soldier has the metal on the front. What's Stonehammer? Here's a 10 spot for a bottle I've never seen on a shelf in San Diego. San Diego. Cheers to everyone for the start to a great weekend. Cheers, Dallas. And then Chase Regano again. When will we be doing another Barrel King collab? Because me bottle's almost empty. Not sure, but hopefully soon. All right. Back to the Frankfurt. They're very good. They're all very good. Okay, I've got to remember what Frankfurt tastes like. But I got to let the finishes on these are so good. They're so long and just everlasting. Did I say Knob Creek pick? I think I did. The everlasting knob stopper. Just snagged a Henry McKenna 10-year bottle in the bonnet, and it's lovely. Cheers, all. Some of those are super, super good. Some Henry McKennas are friggin' awesome, and some Rebel 10 years are friggin' awesome. Actually, I haven't had a Rebel 10 years that hasn't been awesome. I have had Henry McKennas that aren't awesome, though. What's your take on the Amberana finish stuff? Not really a huge fan. They can be really good if they're like lightly finished. If it's lightly finished, if it just has like just a kiss of Amberana finishing, then all right. But a lot of the stuff I've had have been like, wow, like super cinnamon. Don't worry, Russell's picks take 9 months. When was I there? July, I think. Yeah, very early July. What is it now? October? Okay, so we got a while. I have tried Yellowstone bourbon. A lot of their stuff. BGJ. Wow, why is that so hard to say? You missed just blabbing. Just blabbing and blabbing. Does Frankfurt taste like a hot dog? What? No. I haven't tried the Rio yet, David Rogers, but I do have a sample of it in my 1 ounce Wednesday box. It's hard. I think it's weird. I think that the Hardin Creek Jacob's Well tastes older than the Frankfurt. Like it has more of an oaky profile, which could be due to where they're aged at, you know? Yeah, the Frankfurt is, I think, the sharpest of the bunch and maybe the least complex. My order goes like this. I don't need to blind them. I don't think, well, I have a little bit left in the sample bottles, but if I had these 3 bottles in front of me and I could buy one of them, I would buy the Claremont. I'd have to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth over and over and over and over and over again and over again on the Frankfurt and Jacob's Well, but I'm pretty sure the Jacob's Well from last year is the better of the two between the Frankfurt and the Jacob's Well. I don't know what the consensus is with the community, the public. I have not heard anyone talk about it. I know Cameron did this, I believe, but at that time I didn't pay attention because I didn't have any of them or know anything about them. So I don't know what he said or what other people have said, but I think the Claremont is the clear winner. Yeah, that's for me, for my preference anyway. Definitely goes to the Claremont. Try Black Dirt burp. Black Dirt? No, I have not. Does it taste like dirt? I'm setting up whiskey room. What string? No, dude, don't use. No. What string LED lights do I have? Ones that need to be replaced because they're garbage. Do I like them? No, they're terrible. They're terrible. I need to. So all my setup is super temporary. It's super temporary because we're just in a rental. Hopefully, in the next year or two, we will be purchasing a home somewhere, and then I'll have a permanent setup where it's like this is it, where I can literally build out a studio and build out a whiskey room or whatever. But I'm just sitting in the garage with a friggin' fake wall behind me and cheap LED. Like, everything is super temporary. But those LED string lights are garbage. I got them from Walmart. They have a remote control. I don't know where it's at. Yeah, for sure, Michael. Absolutely. The $4.99 super chat does count. Absolutely. How far back am I now? Only 2 minutes? Thank goodness gracious. Doing good, Matt. Thanks for all the laughs and cheers and seeing someone who's not me get Celebrate Sneakers Mark. Well, thank you for the super chat. What time is the drawing at? As soon as I finish the Stagg Jr. blind, we'll do the drawing. It's blurred for a reason, right? Because look at just garbage. People are like, people who've come here say, I didn't know that the brick wall was not real. I'm like, well, first of all, it's a really colorful brick wall. I don't know where you come across one of those, but yeah, it just looks blurry for a reason. Just like Adriana said. Oh, Willie Davilar. Hell yeah. Thank you, Mr. Davilar, for agreeing with me. ASW Duality? No, I haven't. There's so much stuff out there. It's incredible. So crazy. Claire winner. Okay. And Claremont is the one I've got, so that's great. Yeah, it's super, super good. let's do the Stagg Juniors. I wanted to have a good stream tonight. I don't want to be on super late. I do want to spend some time with Carissa since I haven't seen her all week. But that doesn't mean we can't. First, determine whether or not Stagg Jr. is getting better, right? Right? Oh, it's a lot of noise. 1, 2, 3. So I have Stagg 22A, 22B, and 23A. Thanks to Bill Kavanaugh. Bill, thank you so much for sending the samples and, you know, giving me the opportunity to taste and do this stuff because, yeah, without viewers and patrons and amazing people like Bill, I wouldn't be able to do half of what I do or even close to half of what I do because I just don't have access to the stuff. So that's why if I run across the Maker's Mark Cellar Aged, like, someone's going to get it. Like, I'll pick it up and, like, help someone get it. I mean, of course, the super chat thing is obviously helpful towards me as well. But instead of going on secondary and selling it for whatever the hell they're going for, I'd much rather a viewer get it. Bourbon jerk? What the fudge is that? Oh, jeez, crap. That's crazy talk. I giggle at comments I get sometimes because, yeah, just fun stuff. I was looking for a video clip to play because that's a crazy super chat. Bourbon Jerk, thank you so much. Plugging my new channel and entering the raffle. Cheers, everyone go check out the Bourbon Jerk. That's a $100 advertising write-off for the Bourbon Jerk's YouTube channel. Think about it that way. That's what you just did. That's an advertising cost, Bourbon Jerk. Thank you so much. That's crazy. Cheers, joining late. Thank you, Buffalo Whiskey. My wife is looking for Michter's 10B. What's 10B? Michter's 10 is, the sample I had was crazy good for this year. Signing up, thanks for all you do. Thank you, BT. Franklin Johnson, thank you. JFW, $20 super chat, thank you. William Davilar, cheers, Matt, and everyone in the chat. Mr. Davilar, thank you so much. And then Meryl 40K, way to show up for your buddy D last week. Have a pour on me, man. Way to show up for your buddy D last week. I don't know what. I'm confused. But then again, I probably shouldn't be. Just guessing. My brain sucks at working. A lot of the time. Stagg 22A, 22B. So question. I know stuff about stuff that I get my hands on. Stuff that, like, I'm able to find. A lot of the things out there, like, I quit paying attention to because there's no reason for me to be an expert in it because my brain can be used in different, ways. I don't need to know some of the stuff, even though I should. I don't have a bottle of either three of these Staggs, so let me ask you this. Because a lot of you are experts, more than me. Stagg Jr, 17 batch. 17 was the last junior batch, I believe. Gift from friggin' DC, who's a glorious mother bugger. Batch 18 was the first one that dropped the junior, I think. And that was 131 proof. So, question is this. Is 22A, because they started naming their batches after that instead of people naming them themselves, was 22A the first batch after 18? After batch 18 was Stagg Jr 22A the next one after this one? Does that make sense? Or is there one that I'm still missing? Durrell. Oh, obviously, Durrell, yeah. Love that dude. Cheers for Michigan, Matt. I'll throw my hat in the ring for that Makers, America. Richard. Love your show, Matt. Keep coming. Chuck, thank you. That beard is pretty glorious. Man, you could get lost in that thing. They decided it is very confusing. Oh, looks like Bill Kavanaugh coming in with a solid answer in an image format. Batch 8. Oh, so yeah, batch 18 was I have that bottle, and then 22B came out in the winter of 22, and 23A came out in May 2023. All right. So 22B, when did 22A come out then? Must have been, didn't 22A come out like after 22B or something weird? I think that's the case. B came out before A. All right, that's what I thought. This is why Sober October is hard. Well, you know what? Just come back to the stream when you're not doing Sober October and rewatch. Technically, 22A was the first batch after 18, but got stuck in distribution hell. So 22B is widely called batch 19, even though it was batch 20. Got it. Wouldn't it have been like, they could have just kept numbering them the way that people were numbering them, because obviously they know what, they have their ear to the pavement or whatever Adele said, chasing pavements or something. All right. A blind of Stagg Juniors is one of the hardest blinds to do because of the high proof, and I mean, for me, the high proofs and like they're all the same profile. So it's like the higher the proof and the more similar things are, the more difficult a blind is. If you don't believe me, go back and watch the live stream I was on with the Bourbon Junkies where I made the drink that I splattered all over the back wall. Thrasher sent us all samples of a bunch of Stagg Juniors and then a George T. Stagg, and to see if we could pick out the George T. Stagg out of them. But it's like much more difficult than you would think. Because once you start putting them back to back blindly, taste buds go quick. Florida has all the Stagg? Well, what the heck? I get a lot of cherry cola on the Stagg Juniors. It's like a cherry cola and, there's almost, well, it's like a pie crust. I almost went cinnamon on it, but it's not quite cinnamon. It's like a burnt pie crust. Yeah, like a black cherry and dark chocolate. Like the old Ben & Jerry's ice cream, if it didn't have the ice cream in it. This is 22A, by the way. Wow. That's really good. So, coming off of the Hardins Creek, it's like, we're talking, it's a different, it's a different type of bourbon altogether. It's like, we're no longer in an extra aged category. Now we're in a younger bourbon. It doesn't taste young, but you can tell that it's missing like the extra oak influence that the Hardins Creeks had. But the flavor profile is more like a shit, what the heck do you call it when you cook down fruit? You know what I'm talking about. It's just a cooked down fruit, sweet. It's missing the oak, but it's making up for it in a sweeter, like more, I don't know, like almost like a luxurious experience in the old mouth tunnel. The sweet spot is when you can add the oak and that Buffalo Trace flavor profile at cask strength. So it's like when you get that delicious sweetness, that cherry vanilla sweetness, it's like a syrup. It's like just a thick, heavy, like cherry syrup. But then when you get to put that with the oak, that's what makes George T. Stagg so special. That's why people go crazy over the BTAC stuff, because it's like you're getting the delicious Buffalo Trace profile at high proof normally, and then you're adding that extra layer of age on it, that oak experience that like the Stagg is missing out on. But damn, that's really good. The 22A is phenomenal. Very good. All right, so let's go to the 22B. First impression, 22B seems to have an extra layer on the nose. An extra layer of smell, not an extra layer above the smell. I'm not trying to smell it through a layer, it's like another layer of smell. Yeah, it's almost a different profile altogether. It's like if you put fruit roll-ups in your nose and then you smelled a bottle of vanilla extract. One of my friends one time had an ex-girlfriend show up at his house who had been camping apparently for a long time, and she smelled really bad, but she needed a ride. And he put toothpaste in his nose because he said that she smelled real bad, to drive her back to where she needed. He's a nice guy, drove her back. But I just picture him with toothpaste in his nose. Oh. Oh, wow. That does a little extra. That's got a little bit more. Oh, shoot. How do I describe that? Not thicker. I just killed a piece of dust. Tell your friends. It's not thicker. It's just more. Is it richer? No. Better. Is that. The heck? It does what the Claremont did. The Claremont Hardins Creek kind of shifted into the next gear, and that's what this Stagg Jr. does. The 22A seemingly was like delicious, but kind of like a one-trick pony, straight to the back. The 22B is like doing a bit of like a dance. It's doing a routine in the middle of, its performance. It stopped in the middle and like, I don't know, like a triple back handspring, double axle, stuck the landing, and the crowd goes wild. All the judges gave it a 9.8, except for the French judge gave it a 7.2. Don't know why. Five-way Stagg Jr. blind, and it was so difficult. They are difficult. It's even these two are difficult because when I smelled the 22A again, it's like your initial thoughts they're no longer there. It's like you get so confused on stuff. Like going back and forth, you almost have to trust your first instinct. Lasercat Alpha, how about a spinning chandelier that has all your 1 ounce Wednesdays on it? When you spin it, you try whatever one you catch in your mouth first. Not a bad idea. Chandelier, chandelier. Just a good song. I used to be able to spit my gum out of my mouth like 30 feet in the air and then catch it in my mouth. Now I can't catch it anymore. In my old age. Dixon's last Kentucky Owl batch, rye 4 and bourbon 10 were his last batches. Finally got to try Maker's Cellar Age. It's definitely the best Maker's product I've ever had, but Maker's is also, yeah, mine too. It's also my least favorite. And like I said in my review, I wish compote, that was the word I was trying to think of. I wish the makers would have aged it traditionally first, like for 10 to 12 years, and then played with the cellar stuff. So, I mean, there's still out there. There's still the possibility of having a traditionally aged old Maker's Mark product. See, it smell excellent after a few nights of camping. I don't know if I'm trying to be. I don't think it was nights. I think it might have been. It might have been a while, quite a while. What happened to the fishing content? I had children, and the hard thing about fishing content is you have to catch fish, and you have to like leave to go do it. So I'd love to be able to shoot more fishing videos. Maybe when I'm older, we'll bring back ADHD fishing. You can watch me fall out of boats and stuff, but not for a while. Stagg Jr. blinds are the best though because you're not losing. That's right, Adriana. And Adriana, thank you again for keeping track of super chats tonight. I really, really, really appreciate it. I know it's a pain in the butt. Is this even more syrupy? 23A seems to be... Oh my gosh. I don't like to go too close together because it kind of muddies things up. But if you keep them too far apart, then you are like, does this actually smell better than the last one? First thought was 23A smells the best. Well, I don't know. Again, it's a difficult task. And so far, both of those, the first two, are tremendous. If they were, I mean, honestly, if you could find them on a shelf for $150, I think that's where they belong, like in the grand scheme of things, like with today's market. Like the cellar aged Maker's Mark and the Stagg Jr. should be the same price. Probably. I don't know if that's a that's not a confrontational. Damn it, my words are terrible. Controversial statement or not, but I wish things were still under $100. I really do. But man, everything is just going through the roof. Oh, wow. 23, I'm all about what it does once it enters the mouth. You know what I mean? Like what are you experiencing once it hits the palate? Some things, it's like they all act differently. It's like if you had a bunch of children and you opened up a door into a playroom. All of the children are going to react differently. Some of them will just stand there staring like, other ones are going to be like, wow, this is an amazing playroom. Some of them are going to run directly towards the first thing they see. One of them will probably throw up. It's just like, you never know. And that's the same thing with whiskey. Once it gets on the palate, they all do different things. They might taste like similar, but they all have a different experience. So that's what I'm looking for when I do a barrel pick. First and foremost is the experience of what I'm tasting. So it's like I'm trying a bunch of different samples that are obviously similar. Which one is the one that like excites me the most as soon as it touches the tongue? Like which one flares up and like is a roller coaster? Like which one makes you happy to taste it? First of all, then we can get into the flavors and stuff. That's also the way I look at a blind like this. These are very similar, but which one is the one that like takes over once it touches the palate? It might be 23A. That might be the one. Only one way to find out. I need to label them first. I almost blinded myself without labeling them. That would have been an idiot move. Shoot. I can't do it either. Damn it. I can't do it. I didn't think it through all the way. One of them has Jeremy Sire's logo on the glass, so that gives it away. So never mind. I was going to blind them to see if I was correct, but instead, I bet you were good at catching things in your mouth. You know what? Joseph Davis, really good. Some would call it the best. Rolling the Dice, America, Mike Schaefer. Michael Thrush, awesome channel, love drinking with you. Michael, we're tasting. We're tasting. You're tasting with me. It's much more, what's the word? Acceptable. ADHD kayaking until you catch something. That's fun. Oh, Corner Whiskey, sick while on vacation. Oh, who's sick on vacation? David Otters, are you doing the Christmas Bourbon Advent Calendar again? You know what? Great question. No matter what, I will be doing something. I don't know if I'm doing a Minnesota Whiskey Elite calendar again this year. I need to reach out and ask them to find out if that's something that's happening again. But even if I don't do that, I will do something for, like, I will do an Advent something. JD12 for $150, good deal. I mean, were they cheaper? Yeah, but for one, yeah, I mean, in today's market, for sure. It is what it is. Like, you can't hope to find everything at retail because you just can't get it. But that's one of the bottles. I mean, it's in my top 3 for whiskey of the year so far. Top 2 is the 13th Colony better than the Jack 12. I mean, probably, I don't know. The Jack 12 is so damn good. Like, I don't really have a go-to fishing whiskey. But if I did, then I don't know. Probably something that I wouldn't miss if I dropped it into a lake or river. Desiree Bailey, I went to Old Road Craft Spirits in Bourbon, Missouri last Saturday. Got a bottle of Weeded Barrel King and your bottle sticker from your collab with them. It's so holographic and pretty. That's funny. Hopefully you enjoy everything from there. Barrel King doing tremendous stuff. tremendous stuff. Become a member of their barrel club. You won't regret it. I haven't heard anyone say that they regret becoming a member of their barrel club. So until then, I'm just going to recommend everyone do it. Tylese, what are the chances we see you on the Bourbon Junkies Golf channel? Oh boy. Let's see. Tylese, that would be fun. I've never golfed. The most golfing I've ever done is putt-putt and a driving range. I've never stepped foot on an actual golf course. So I would probably hit lots. I'd be Mr. Divot. And if I connected with the ball, look out. Probably still be Dan though. That was 22B. So good. What's the proof on that on these? 130? Holy shit, for 23A. 130? Wow, for 22B. And okay, they're all 130? Interesting. Is it 22A? Man, it seems like the finish on 22A is better than 22B. 22B is like a bit more rich and like a bit more... No. See, this is why things get confusing, because I said the opposite at first. I said that 22B was like a step up, another shift in gear. Which is, that does make sense. 22B was like, it went into a different gear. But 22A just kind of like slowly revved up all the way till it was finished. And it's not finished yet. It's still going. That's a difficult one. Let me try 23A to see if that's a decisive winner or not. Dorothy Plaisance, TGIF. Cheers. Thank you so much, Dorothy. Oh, Tim, here's to tasting with you. Thank you, Tim Evans. Together, we taste. My friend Greg C. once said, this was years ago, like when I was, probably like 22 or 23 years old. Maybe 25. I don't know. Long time ago, though. He was dating this chick named Lindsay, and he was like, yeah, me and Lindsay went to a wine tasting competition. This was well before I ever got into whiskey. And I just always thought that was the funniest joke, that it was a wine tasting competition. I'm not sure where they went. Somewhere in like Wisconsin or something, I think. I've never seen a stag in the wild. The hunt is still on. It's, you know what? Don't give up on it. They'll be around. You'll find one eventually. The hard part is ADHD swinging. It's a golf channel, sickos. It might be, but it's a mixed channel. We share everything on ADHD swinging, clubs, caddies, whatever. But sometimes you walk into a store and you see something. So where my wife is travel nursing, we went there to go visit and like see this place she was going to be staying at. We went there and we got there early, so we got some food, and then there's a liquor store like attached to where we got food pretty much. I was like, I'm gonna go in there. And I walk in the door, and the first thing I see is a Jack Daniel's 10 up on the shelf. And next to it was like a Jack Daniel's special release. And I was like, oh shit, like today might be my lucky day. Because it's literally the middle of nowhere. Like there's nobody from anywhere. And I'm pretty sure the 10-year Jack Daniels was like $300 or $400. And then the special release was a malted release from last year, which was $300 or $400. I was like, oh, okay. Got excited for nothing. But the 2 times that I went to this store where I got the Old Fitzgerald 10-year and then the makers that we're giving away tonight, that store, they have them in like a glass cage. It's a glass display case. There's no prices. So I see them and then I'm like, ugh. You gotta ask. So it's always like, what are they gonna come back with? What is the price? And the last 2 times I was like, oh, it's just, like they marked it up from MSRP, but they didn't like, you know, charge crazy prices. And I'm okay with that. I'll pay a little more for sure. Defticon, sweet name. Scary but sweet. Huge super chat. Thank you. Porter, you are looking great, man. I watched an older video. You have come a long way on your weight loss journey. Very motivating. Yeah, I need to like not. Thank you very much. There is part of me that is going in a direction that I do not want to go. Nighttime eating has gotten to be a problem. Very problematic. 22A is 132, 22B is 130, and 23A is 130. Okay. Same thing. All above 130. Thank you, Bill. And Deathcon, thank you again for the kind words. Seeing that makes me like in my head go, dude, don't fuck this up. Because you know how embarrassing it'll be if I get super big again? That'd be so embarrassing. If I was like, oh, I can't. No, that'd be terrible. Golf course ponds are the best to fish. I've watched a lot of fishing videos where they go fishing in golf course ponds. Claremont greater than Frankfurt. So I was right. Hunted Cellarage hard with no luck. So I'll happily throw $5 in for the chance. Well, thank you, Griffin, for throwing into the old giveaway. ADHD fish ski. Nice. I like that name. All right. 23A last sip. Yeah. Wow. That's what I'm talking about. Close one eye. Wow. Oh, that does all the stuff. 23A is my favorite. 23A, and then the other two are kind of a toss-up depending on, they're 22. If you want something this is the way I'll kind of word this. If you want something that is more, if you're worried about a more complex whiskey, then 22B is the way to go. If you're worried about something that has a longer finish but isn't as complex, then 22A. But if you were like have all three of them sitting on a shelf in front of you, 23A seems to be the major winner here. Is that the one that's the highest proof? Let me go back and look. It's the one that has the most like explosion, like the most, just the best experience. I'm going back up to see, where did it go? 22. Oh no, it's, okay, so it's 130.2. So it's not even the little bit of extra proof that did it. All right, we are going to, what time is it? 36. At 39, we're going to shut down the super chats for the giveaway, so we can get the giveaway done with before it gets too late. That way Adriana can, go get her garlic bread out of the oven. And then I can go spend some time with my wife and tell her how beautiful she is and how soft her skin is. Oh my gosh, her skin's so soft. Like stripper soft. It's very nice. Matthew Schaefer, $5 super chat. I didn't realize this was happening, so I had to quickly taste the Weller Special Reserve I poured so I could join with the 22B. 22B is like legit. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. That was the last thing I wanted to do. I'm going to go in this direction. I think 17 seems to be the most controversial of the bunch as far as people who either love it or hate it. Stagg Jr, batch 17. So I'm going to have a quick taste of this before we call it a night. And I want to find out if they're headed in a different direction, if they're heading in like a positive direction or a bad direction, which I'm sure that it's going to be either positive or maintain the same. We can't say the same about Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Unfortunately, whatever happened there turned into a friggin' disaster. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof was the bourbon that made me fall in love with bourbon. So I'm happy that happened when it happened, because geez Louise, I don't feel the same about some of it's very good still. Some of it's a great deal. It's just different. It's just not the same. I don't think Stagg Jr.'s on the same path or route. I think that they're still using the same type of barrels and getting the same flavor profiles as they got out of the older batches. 23A made me so ridiculously happy, right? Freaking delicious. That's very good. Do I like 13th Colony more than Elijah Craig 18? That is... I know they're both bourbons, but I mean, I guess the 13th Colony isn't technically a straight bourbon. It is double oaked. They're just two very, very different experiences. It'd be like if you had in your garage, I don't friggin' know. For me personally, if in my garage I had a Mustang, like Shelby GT500, like on this side of the garage, and then sitting next to it were like trying to think of a very luxurious SUV that it's like extremely nice to drive. I can't even think of one off the top of my head. Because I'm not super excited about SUVs, but just because like there's just a different experience. It's like, what do you feel like driving today, kind of thing. So I wouldn't say, even though the scores, they had a different score, they're just a different experience. Like, do you want something that's like low proof and extra oaky and awesome, or do you want something that's gonna blow your mind and blow your mouth apart and just like rocket you to 60 miles an hour in 3 seconds or less, right? Or do you want a back massage while watching Cinemax on your giant monitor where your speedometer should be? Thank you, lane assist. Radar cruise control. 17 smells really good too. Yeah. I mean, 17 is a controversial one because the flavor profile on 17 is a bit different, a bit more barbecue-y. So yeah, 22A, 22B, and 23A are all much better than batch 17. So in my mind, I was like, is it getting better or worse? I mean, they're really rocking it. Unfortunately, friggin' Buffalo Trace killing it. Son of a bitch. 22B is a very crushable bottle, says Here to Learn. Man, not bad. Haven't seen any Stagg in years. Corey, same. Like it's just not on the shelves. I think that a lot of it gets, there's so little of it that it gets saved for customers, special customers. It gets, it's not there for stores. I have no idea how the whole game works behind the scenes, but I would imagine that they just don't see the shelves. Here we go, fingers crossed. Hey, Matt, what? Oh, yeah, by the way, we cut off the giveaway. So let's cut that off. No more entries for that. Rachel Moody, why not? What do you miss most about the Hartford, Connecticut area? There was a store in Hartford. I did say that I don't have any relationships with the store owners here. I met a dude who had a store in Hartford. It wasn't even Hartford, it was like in a suburb. A viewer actually like told me to go talk to this guy, and I felt super weird about it, but I met a manager of a store in Hartford, and super cool dude. And every week he'd like send me a picture of like a couple things in his hands, and I just go buy stuff from him. And sometimes it turned out to be amazing stuff, and sometimes it turned out to be like just good stuff. Nothing like crazy, but like I think I got an Elmer T. Lee for retail from Ted. Shout out Ted. Rock Hill Farms once. This was years ago, by the way, in 2020. So Rock Hill Farms, and then an Old Forester 150th. Dustin Rose, first super chat ever. Thank you so much, Dustin. Appreciate it. I change a lot, dude. I changed so much. Jim Brody, cheers, Matt. Thank you, Jim. Logan, $5 super chat says, yeah. Stripper soft. I don't know how I know. Just a guess. Just a guess. No comment. We're not commenting anymore about that. Haven't seen Stagg since 17. Have you had Electric seen it? I have not. No C923 yet for me, but hopefully I will get one eventually here. Connor M. Matt lives his life a quarter mile at a time. And for that, 9 seconds or less, I am free. And by 9 seconds, I mean 15. Son of a bitch. The Ford Maverick, by the way, awesome little truck. Not fast. Torquey little bugger, but that's it. Eric, thank you for super chat. And Bill, thank you. Cinemax or Skinemax. Again, no comment. Base Sensibility just made it. Heck yeah. All right. Do we have... Yes, thank you, Adriana. How many entries do we have? Can get a Stagg at my local shop at retail after I spend $2,000. Super cool of them to do that. By the time you spend $2,000, they're like, well, you don't have any more Stagg. You drank it all. $279, holy shit. All right. So Adriana has a spreadsheet. What I will do is random number generator, and then whatever numbers on that randomized spreadsheet, whoever's name comes up is the winner of tonight's giveaway. Thank you everyone for entering and doing big. Like I said, I haven't done one of these giveaways since the 50,000 subscriber live stream, but when I do it, it certainly helps the channel. But I really want, like, it's cool to be able to know that, because I get a lot of comments. People are like, I wish I could get one of those. Like, I'll never see one of those. And it's like, well, for $5 helps cover shipping, and it gets you a chance to win a bottle of something that you never see. So that's kind of the way we look at it. But good luck to everyone who entered. 279, is that what she said? I'm so stupid. 279. All right, here we go. Tap the mic to talk. Choose a random number between 1 and 279.
Here's a random number, 181.
181 is the number. 181. Congratulations to whoever won that. I would do a Trackhawk would be sweet. You know what? I'm kind of out of the Trackhawk phase because we've got a Maverick to drive the family around in. I'm total Mustang phase now. I can't stop watching Mustang videos. It's a problem. You know how Dan Shook got obsessed with golf? Yeah. I watch 50 Mustang videos a day. Ophidian 1965 is the winner tonight. Ophidian, congratulations. This is a good question. Ophidian, email me ADHDwhiskey@gmail.com with how it is possible to hand deliver something to you. I will send out one of my best people to get that to you right away. This is a good question. How good is Stagg or other allocated barrel proof versus available stuff? That is the best question, because if you love Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, if you think it's incredibly good, or Larceny Barrel Proof, if you taste a Stagg, which used to be Stagg Jr, expecting it to be like so much better, you'll be disappointed. It's, unless of course the Buffalo Trace flavor profile is something that you absolutely love, and you dislike Elijah Craig Barrel Proof or Larceny Barrel Proof or like Rare Breed, stuff like that. Unless you don't like those and you love the Buffalo Trace profile, you're not going to be like absolutely blown away by Stagg. I just did it. That was a Trump. I had Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, then I had Stagg, and I was like, It's terrible. Sorry. I'm very sorry for that. It's bad. It's bad too. Gosh, I shouldn't have never went there. I just felt like I did a Trump. Then I had to try it and I failed miserably. My bad. Adriana, thank you so much for tracking Super Chats. You are amazing. That's super cool of you to do. When the Knob Creek pick comes out, at least one will be sent Adriana's way for her troubles. Depending on how good it is. If you really like it, Adriana, I'll send you a second. But you never know. She'll probably be like, it's just fine. What was I saying? Oh, the things that change is like if you step up to a George T. Stagg or like a William LaRue Weller, then it's like now we're starting to see like a slightly different level, but it's also not like crazy different. It's much better, but it's not like multiples better. It's all based on price. If you got a George T. Stagg or William LaRue Weller at retail, then hell yeah, like you're gonna be like, this is so much better than Elijah Craig Barrel Proof for a slight price difference. If you paid like, I don't even know what those things go for on Stagg. I don't pay attention to secondary because I never buy bottles for thousands of dollars. Ever. The most I've ever spent for a bottle, I think, is $400, I think. If you paid thousands of dollars for a bottle and then you were expecting it to be like light years better than an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, you'd be disappointed. There is another level though, which is like King of Kentucky, Michter's 20, things like that. That's when you start getting on a completely different level where it's like change the game whiskey, in my opinion, where you taste it and you go, wow, that is on a completely different level. It does things that you just didn't expect whiskey to do to you. If that makes sense. Sorry for the long ass response to that. But I also mention it because the chase, the hype, the craziness that's like surrounds whiskey, don't go bonkers for it. Like taste stuff, eventually you'll find stuff. And if you don't, it's not a huge deal. The FOMO is so real, and I'm right there with you. Eventually it fizzles out a little bit and you're like, the FOMO kind of dies off where you don't like have to worry so much about, oh, they have this and I don't. But the more you taste, the more you start to understand that it's better, things get different, but spending the insane amounts of money that you could spend on it isn't necessarily worth it. Yes, Adriana, thank you so much. Compote. That's right. KD single barrel proof is the best. KD. Now I'm just saying a girl's name. Kentucky. I don't know. Oh, JD. Wow, jeez. I should have just looked down. JD. Oh, yes, absolutely. Jack Daniels barrel strength. But here's the other thing, though, is Jack Daniels single barrels, their barrel strength stuff, you have to like that profile. It is different. It's that red wine yeast, that extra fruity yeast, is something you have to enjoy. If you don't like that, then you're not going to like it. If you love it, then you're going to be a pig in shit. You know what I mean? Because you can get them for 60, 70, 80 bucks. You'll friggin' party. Hells yeah. We all know I'll do anything for Knob Creek. We'll keep that in mind. Adriana will keep that in the back of my head. $141 proof Jack Daniels rye. That's crazy talk. A freaking genius. That is. Hey, listen, Bill. Sometimes you have a bad night, Bill, and you taste stuff that you think's not great, and then turns out if you taste it again, it's great. All right. Sometimes you have a bad night, Bill. Huh? You ever had a bad night, Bill? Just kidding. Your subscriber excited to get into bourbons. My first purchase was an Elijah Craig barrel proof. Was this a good purchase? Absolutely. Hells yeah. And shout out to the store associate who talked you into it, because that is the whiskey that made me fall in love with bourbon. If you are brand new to bourbon, it's going to blow your face off, but just take small sips. If you're new to whiskey, new to bourbon, and you want to get a great whiskey experience, take a Booker's, take an Elijah Craig barrel proof, take something that is rare breed, whatever, but tiny little sip. Like it's a super hot cup of coffee, little tiny sip. Don't take a big gulp because that'll burn your throat off. Just take like it's a boiling hot cup of coffee. And then you get all the flavors without the burn in your throat and the burn in your gut. And you go, wow, that's a flavorful experience. A lot of people recommend drinking low proof bourbon to begin with, but I don't think that the flavors in low proof bourbon really do bourbon justice, if that makes sense. It's a lot of water added to bourbon that brings out an ethanol profile. A lot of alcohol comes on top of watered down whiskey. So for a full whiskey experience as a newbie, you can sip friggin' extra high proof stuff as long as the sips are extra super small. And that's gonna do it for this evening. On that note, Mojo disagrees. That's fine. 141.4 proof. Jeez Louise. Yeah, I mean, starting slow, moving up isn't a bad idea either. It just depends on the person. Just depends. All right. Thank you everyone for being here tonight. Ophidian, congrats on the win. In what's the word? Conclusion, I thought Claremont, Hardins Creek was the best. The Jacob's Well and the Frankfurt were kind of a toss-up for second place, but I thought the Claremont was the clear winner. And as far as the newest Stagg batches, I thought the 23A was a clear winner, and then 22B and 22A were very good as well. I mean, obviously amazing bourbons, but just a step down from the overall tasting experience that was 23A. That's going to do it for tonight. Is Cheech in here? Is Cheech going live tonight? I know Cheech was doing some Friday night after streams after I was done. Not sure if that is the case or not tonight. If it is, Cheech, put your link in chat. If not, I know Whiskey Written, WRITTEN, they go live. Yeah. And they have a blast over there. Is it for everyone? Probably not. Is it worth checking out to see what the hell they're up to? Absolutely. They have a ton of fun over there, and it's kind of like an actual after party. Cheech is out of town? All right. Well, go over to Whiskey Written, WRITTEN, if they're live, and tell Jake and Savannah I said hi. It's Frisky Kitten, Whiskey Written, and Jake. They're super cool. Chicago folks. You never know what they're doing, but they're fun. Love you guys. Have a great night. I will see you hopefully next week. If I live stream, it won't be Friday, it'll be Thursday, because I'm going to be in Nashville, in Lynchburg. I'm staying Nashville, Tullahoma, and Nashville, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, next week. So I'll be there for the Jack Daniel's barbecue competition, the Jack. If you're in the area, come say hi, come see me. There's a party on Barbecue Hill Friday night, I guess. I'll be there because that's what my itinerary says I'm doing. So I'll be there. Everybody, have a great night. We will see you next week. New content coming soon. Love you all. Goodbye. Good night.